So here we're working on a Toyota Corolla 96 1.8 liter. So the first one would be the direction of the flow. It comes through this side. This is the when it enters the radiator, and then from there the outlet would be from the bottom and coming all the way up here down. The water pump is right there. I've recently changed it, and the flow comes from there, and then there's a thermostat, and then back here and to the radiator again. The next one will be the thermostat. Thermostat is right here, as we see. I can have the water pump I just located right there. Water pump, and then after that the heater core. Heater core is just behind here. As I've pointed, like this. These are the lines, the inner and outer line, the hoses. Sorry. And then after that the hoses. This is the hose that goes to the radiator. There's the inner, the inlet, the outlet. It's right here. Goes from there towards the thermostat, and then you have another hose, very small. Just I don't know if you can see it right there. Connects the water pump to back to the engine bay, and we have these lines, the hoses going to the heater core, just starting from there and then entering here. What else for the hoses? The hose here, this hose that connects the radiator to the reservoir. What will be the next? The coolant relay, and what is it called? The sensor, the coolant temperature sensor is right here. I don't know if I could point it out. Right here. This is the sensor, the heater temperature sensor right there. The coolant fan relay is right here. The radiator. Oh, so the radiator, how the radiator works is a liquid to air heat exchanger. It transfers heat from engine to the atmosphere. How it works is, once the engine gets to the operating temperature and the thermostat opens, the hot coolant comes to the radiator cores through the tubes and the fins and tubes going towards the outer hose. From there on, and then goes back to the engine, and then circulates again. The heater core is similar to the radiator. It's similar to the radiator. Liquid to heat transfers to the passenger compartment. How it works is the engine coolant circulates through the core, through the heater core, and then the force of the blow force, air goes to the passenger compartment. What would be the next one? Coolant system. And the leaks for the coolant system, we could have a leak if the cap is if it's not sitting properly, the seals are bad. If any of these connectors are loose, they will leak. They used to leak before, but I've tightened them up and they're not leaking now. Again, from the radiator, the radiator is not in the best condition right now. We see some mold could leak anytime soon. Again, here the water pump. It has the bearings are loose, and it has a hole in the bottom, which is called whip hole. If the bearing is loose, it could leak from there too. Right, any of these hoses connections, it could leak. So thermostat being shut, so it means it's being seized shut. That would create overheat for the engine and cause a expensive fix. The next one, which is slightly being open, is the first of all, the engine will not come up to the operating temperature very fast because it's slightly open. It might not overheat in the city driving because you're not opening the throttle very much. But if you start going into higher speeds, which will require for the thermostat to open more, that could cause overheating, and it could get you stuck in anywhere. The third one is the thermostat being fully open. It could lead to inefficiency and increase fuel combustion and higher emission level. The engine parts doing more wear. So what will happen is the engine will stay cold. Once the temperature might not even come up to it will not come up to the halfway in the temperature on the dash. The hoses will not operate very well, and the system will be pressurized because the coolant is hot, and the engine is running cold, which means the pressure would be very high, and that could cause big problems and leaks. The last one was if the water pump impeller that's not turning very well, again that could cause overheating because the thermostat is open, the coolant is going through the radiator out, and then it's not being transferred or spread to the engine because the water pump is not working, it's not doing its job. Now this one is a bonus mark explaining bypass cooling fan relay to turn on the fan. So if we remove this, this is the relay for the cooling fan, and as we see, we can see here the 30 and the 40 and the 87, you connect them together by a short wire. That's how you bypass the relay. And the second one will explain the terminal of the cooling fan. How I think would be done is connecting a hot wire going to the 30 and then the 87 going to the fan. The 86 going to switch whenever you turn on the car and the ignition, and then the 85 to the sensor. That's how you would explain the terminal of the cooling fan relay.